Here we go. Okay, ladies, here we go. Let's watch the disclaimer. Know that exercise involves risk. Go ahead and keep marching. Ready and go. And stop. Go ahead and start squatting. So we are squatting. So coming down here, making sure your feet are shoulder distance apart or even wider if that feels more comfortable for you. Okay, and hinging at the hips, you're sticking your bottom out and coming up and standing all the way up nice and tall. Squeeze those shoulder blades back together. So what we're doing here is going from march to squat, to jog, to jump squat, to sprint, and we are getting started to the jog right now. So 20 seconds of each. I want to see the difference between all of these movements. What does it look like from your march to your squat? Obviously very different because it's not the same movement, but I want these things to get progressively faster if you can, okay? If you want to stick with marching right now just because you're still getting warm, that's okay, but a little bit faster in that jog is what we're looking for here. And stop. Now we're going jump squat. So you're coming here and hopping up. If hopping is too much for you today, then make sure you're coming down and then up to your toes, but make sure you're coming all the way back down. Good. Thanks for joining, guys. All right, we are recording today. All right, so squat to jump. This is a jump squat. I'm using my arms to propel myself up off the ground, okay? And again, if you want to just come up to your toes, make sure you're coming deep into that squat to come back to your heels. The squat doesn't have to be so far down, but just make sure you're rolling back onto those heels. Good. And stop. Next thing we have, sprinting it out. 20 seconds. We're getting a lot faster with that jog. Pick up those feet. Okay, look at my feet though. Making sure my heels are touching the ground. I'm not just up on my toes, guys, and I'm also not leaning forward. So try to stay tall with that sprint. I know it's hard. Pump those arms, opposite arm, opposite leg, and stop. Okay, next thing we have wide, wide, narrow, narrow with a hop. Okay, this is 1 minute, so pace yourself. It looks like this. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow, hop. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow, hop. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow, hop. Good. Keep going, you guys. Say it with me if you can. It really helps to say what you're doing, okay, with that hop. So we're working on our cardio. We're doing a lot of different things here. That's hop. Look at, I just hopped out wide. So if you want to hop wide, wide, narrow, narrow, you're hopping here. I already just jumped out nice and wide, okay? So sometimes it helps to say exactly what you're doing. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow, and hop. If you guys try to talk while you're doing this, you might do the same thing I just did. Okay, so keep focusing and work on completing. Good. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow, hop. 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 And stop. Good. I had to come closer to the timer. All right, now we've got 2 jacks, 2 knee ups, 2 jacks, 2 knee ups. It looks like this. We're alternating knees. So 1 jack, 2 jack, knee up, 1 jack, 2 jack, other knee up, okay? So if it's too much, you can step to one side, step back, step to the other side, step back, knee up twice. Use your arms to propel that leg up if you're just standing. The jumping version is a lot easier with momentum, but if it's difficult for you to jump, then just use that modified version. Good. Keep working through. I think we got all ladies here today. Jump, jump, knee up, jump, jump, knee up, jump, jump, knee up, jump, jump. Remember, if it's too much with that knee up, let's slow it down and complete that movement. Jump, jump, knee up, I'm going to show you the modified again, from side to side, knee up, from side to side, knee up, jump, jump, knee up, knee up, jump, jump, knee up, knee up. Good, keep working through, you guys. Thanks if you're just joining us now. Hop on in. All right, you got 15 seconds left. And then we've got some lateral skiers right after this. Keep working through. Slow it down if you need to. Guys, modify. I still want you moving. Modify if you need to. Good, and say it, it helps. Stop, excellent. Now we've got some lateral skiers. I'm gonna move my screen down so you can really see my feet. I'm starting here, very much like our diagonal leg jacks, hopping out, hopping in, but I'm moving from one side to the other, okay? So I'm gonna keep going in one direction. The time has started. Join me now if you can. So just like our leg jacks, I'm coming back to the center, but now I'm moving. So I'm starting here or in the center. Good. I'm alternating which foot comes forward. If this is tricky for you, stay in the position that you're comfortable with until you feel like you can move in one direction and then back to the other. Keep working through this, guys. Remember, our leg jacks are here and you're making sure you come back to the center to reset every time. My chin is up out of my chest and I'm alternating which foot comes forward. Good. I see you. You're doing great. Keep going. Breathe through this one. All right. Keep going. All right. Good stuff. And stop. Next one. We're going to punch, punch, bring the feet out. Punch, punch, feet out. Punch, punch, feet out. Punch, punch, feet out. Punch, punch. So you're opening up those feet. That's the jack feet, right? Bam, bam. Step out. Bam, bam. Hop. Or you can go bam, bam. Step back to the center. Bam, bam. Step back to the center. Up to you. Let's make sure it's two. Nice, complete. Good. Then hop out. If it's too much to hop, guys, please modify. You guys know what's best for your knees and your body, okay? This is how I'm getting my heart rate up, and it could be different for you. Keep working. Make sure those two punches, good. Two punches, wide step. Two punch, wide. Two punch, wide. Back to the center. Good job. Okay, next one. Here we go. We're going to punch with the opposite step. So here I go. I'm going to step punch, step punch, step punch. Okay, ready and go. Excellent. This one's more of a mind-body thing, but we're still going pretty quickly. So remind yourself, step punch. It's the opposite. Okay, working through nice and strong. Big step and straight arm punch, straight arm punch. Keep working through on those opposites. Okay, both of my hands are active. I'm actually bringing that other punching arm back. Okay, not normal stance if we're at boxing, but we're not really working on boxing here. We're working on dual tasking because you're doing more than one thing at the same time. And if you're talking like I am, then you're definitely doing a lot more than one thing. You still have 20 seconds left, so keep working. I see you doing a great job. Don't forget opposites. If you need to reset, remember, look down. It's the opposite. Then come right back up to that straight arm. Good. Both hands active. If you want to open up your hands every time you punch, that's cool too, because you're working on opening up those hands. We don't want those cupped hands, guys. Keep working through and stop. Okay, going back to now our march. We're back to marching. All right, I see some jackets coming off. Good, you're warming up and it's cold where you are. Okay, marching. So we talk about marching all the time. Big reciprocal movement. Get those legs up, okay? Can be done in a chair. If you're getting tired, guys, let's use this chair to your advantage, okay? Let's be safe and smart, okay? And stop. On to the next. Just some regular body weight squats. Let's go that wide stance. Stick your butt out. Come right back up. Let's make sure your knees are not coming past your toes. Okay. And thrust those hips forward. Thrust the hips forward. Good. Standing nice and tall. Thrust hips forward. Bring those shoulder blades all the way back. Squeeze the fun out of it. All right. And on to the next. We're jogging. Jogging faster than our march. Same concept. Right? Opposite arm, opposite leg, working on that reciprocal movement. Why? Because it's good for your balance. Okay? So if you need to reset, look at it. Look at it here. Pump those arms, chin up out of your chest. You can do this in a chair as well. all right? Or you can use the space that you have. All right, next one, jump squat, okay? So here we go. You're gonna come down into that squat, wide stance, stick your bottom out, come up. Propel those arms back, okay? Bringing my arms back helps bring me up off the ground with my hop. Okay, guys, you can be light on your feet and just come up to your toes. But remember, when you come back, we want those heels to touch the ground. And stop, sprinting it out. Ready, and go. We're sprinting, nice and fast. Pick up the pace here. Make sure those heels are hitting the ground too. We're not just up on our toes, and we're certainly not leaning forward. Power through this one. Keep going. Breathe through it. You got it, guys. You've got it. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Let's go back here. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow with a hop. It looks like this. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow, hop. It's less time here. We're not doing 1 minute. We're doing 20 seconds of each one of these exercises. Here we go. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow, hop. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow, hop. Say it with me. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow, hop. Look at my arms. I'm getting my arms involved as well because it helps move my body. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow, hop. Good. And stop. Next one. Okay, 2 jacks, 2 knees. Ready? Looks like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent job. All right, we've got those lateral skiers starting in the center. It's that Ali jack. So you're hopping, okay? So now I'm moving laterally with that Ali jack. This is hard, okay? Not meant to be an easy one, but we want to make sure you're safe. I've got my hands on my hips because that helps balance me. If you need a wider stance, that's helpful too, because then that helps maintain your balance. All right, here we go. Now we're punching, okay? Punch, punch, and hop the feet out. Punch, punch, hop, punch, punch, wide, punch, punch, wide. Let's alternate which hand we lead with. Now, I'm gonna go right hand, good. And left hand, and right hand, good. And left hand, keep working, right hand, left hand, good. Left hand, I did both, right hand, good. I did one twice, okay? Good, I think you might have too. All right, good job, you guys. Here we go. Now we're gonna do punch to opposites. Last thing we have here, punch to opposite, opposite arm, opposite leg. So stop, think about it. One leg out, opposite, good. And then switch. That's the easiest way to work through it, guys. We all have troubles with opposites, okay? Sometimes it's not a natural feeling. That's why we practice this, because it's better for balance. We're working on posture, chin up out of your chest, and you're looking at how nice it is outside today. All right, and stop. Okay, here we go. Marching it out. Last time for it, guys. Marching. Ready? Okay, so we're marching to jogging to sprinting, and then you get to switch over to PD Connect. You guys did a great job today. Thank you so much for joining on the holidays, and I'll see you in class on the other side, okay? All right, and here we go. Now we're jogging it out, jogging, jogging, jogging. Good, remember there's a difference between a march and jog, guys. All right, we're picking up that pace, and then we're gonna finish with a nice, strong sprint. All right, strong sprint. Ready, and sprint it out. Good, good, good. Pump those arms, pick up those feet, heels to the ground as well, not just on your toes. Pump, pump, pump all the way through. Keep working. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. All right, you guys, thanks for joining. I'll see you at PD Connect. All right, I think people are joining me now. I'm going to stop the recording. Flip on over. Bye, you guys. The recording.